Hello and welcome to a short ADRA update. My name is Desiree and I am the office manager for ADRA here in the UK. All of our staff are currently working from home and they continue to support our projects both overseas and here in the UK. This weekend would normally have marked the end of our appeal period, but how different things are today because of the coronavirus pandemic. You may not know, but the appeal is a major source of income for ADRA. And without it, our very existence is under threat. So today we want to briefly tell you of the critical work we are still doing here in the UK and also how our projects overseas are facing the pandemic crisis. First, let's turn to the UK with Abigail, who is a lead champion for our I Am Urban initiative.
Through its I Am Urban initiative, ADRA has been working across the United Kingdom with local community hubs. Initially, there were just a few hubs, Edinburgh and Edmonton. However, this number has grown significantly over the past few weeks. We now have over 30 operational hubs throughout the United Kingdom, specifically set up to tackle the fallout due to COVID-19. Let me take you on a whistle-stop tour of some of the projects that are taking place across the UK. In Scotland, a community hub set up in the capital is run by Edinburgh and Musselburgh churches. During the lockdown period, they have worked tirelessly and fed 170 vulnerable people each week through their Cook In project. The beneficiaries have included refugees and those in insecure housing, along with those with young families and those on low incomes. The One Vision project, based at Stanborough Park Church in Hertfordshire, has consistently fed the Watford community. Although starting before the COVID outbreak, food has been distributed several times a week and hundreds of people have been fed. The project has supported the elderly and those on low incomes and key workers in the Watford area. Down south, on the coast in Plymouth, Soper Plumbing and Heating have partnered with us. The partnership comes as the result of a bigger project in Plymouth with the Plymouth Adventist Church. Staff from the Soper Plumbing and Heating Company have been distributing food and delivering medication not only to their customers, but to the wider elderly members in their local community and the most vulnerable in society. The Hounsfield Road Community Centre, run by Edmonton Church in London, have partnered with the Soho Sandwich Company to provide food for the elderly, the vulnerable, children living in care and homeless members of society, along with key workers. In their first week of operation, the partnership fed nearly 1,000 people by partnering again with other charities and other civil service organisations. To date, there are 35 urban community hubs working as part of the I Am Urban initiative throughout the UK. The three core values we hold at I Am Urban are humanity, justice and service. We are incredibly pleased with the acts of service that have been seen and unseen as we serve and support humanity during this time. We'd also like to tell you about our wellbeing campaign that we are doing in partnership with Family Ministries at the Trans-European Division. Our Ears to Hear campaign encourages everyone, no matter who you are, to learn active listening skills. There are so many people during this time who are sad or bereaved or who simply want to have a chat. The Excellence resource, produced in collaboration with Karen Holford, will enable you to listen to somebody, to respect somebody, and ultimately to help somebody. Please click on the website link below for further information.
Thanks for your report, Abby. If you are inspired by what the I Am Urban programme is doing, please support us now by making a donation online. Just follow the link below. ADRA is of course best at working in difficult situations in developing countries. With 130 offices globally, our ADRA network is making an immense difference in the lives of millions of people around the world every single day. And at this time of the pandemic, that help is needed much more than ever. Hawa is ADRA's Chief Programmes Officer, and together with the Programmes team here at ADRA UK, have talked to some of our key partner offices abroad and asked them what they are doing right now.
So welcome. Thank you both very much for taking the time to talk to us today. I'm joined here by two colleagues from ADRA Sri Lanka. And ADRA UK and ADRA Sri Lanka have been working in partnership for a number of years now on an EU-funded wash and water sanitation and hygiene program. And I suppose in the context of the global COVID-19 pandemic, that's affecting life here in the UK and around the world. We just wanted to have a quick conversation with the team in Sri Lanka to just share how the pandemic is affecting life and work in Sri Lanka. So I'll hand over to my colleagues here who can also introduce themselves and perhaps share a little bit from their perspective.
Yeah, hi, I'm Prabhuk. I work as the Programs Director for ADRA Sri Lanka. And Flori, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Flori. I work as the Programs Officer for Gender Knowledge Management and Program Development for ADRA Sri Lanka.
In the country is on lockdown. There's curfew actually being imposed. People can buy supplies. There are some authorized suppliers who can deliver to the houses. We can see that within the communities that we work, many people who actually don't have enough to go by these days. Some of the farmers that we work with have a lot of produce but cannot get it sold. Of course, the government has been working to mitigate that. But as you know, in a country, you're not going to reach out to everyone, So the impact is being felt really, really hard by many communities around the country.
The first thing that we did was try to leverage funding from the existing projects. So we have leveraged some funding from the Ascent project, and then we have leveraged some funding from the Less2 project, which we have used to raise awareness and establish hand washing stations, provide some safety equipment to the health officials in the regions. And then after which we also requested funding from the ADRA network. So ADRA International, ADRA Regional Office has funded us on an initial response project, through which we are also again addressing the COVID precautionary steps, more or less, in terms of establishing hand washing stations, distribution of hygiene packs to vulnerable communities, and then IEC banners, IEC posters, and also again the protective equipment for the health staff. We are also providing some dry ration kits to self-quarantined families who don't have access right now to any shops or markets, even if the curfew has lifted. So we are supporting them with 415 families with dry ration kits. And yeah, so that's about it right now. We're trying to see if we're negotiating with our donors, especially with the EU as well, to see if we can increase the amount of funding that we have towards these interventions.
Okay. Well, no, thank you all so much for your time. It's just great to, at least despite the challenges and the restrictions and the lockdown, that the team are safe and well, first and foremost, and we're still able to function to some level and just offer that vital assistance and support to some of the most vulnerable communities that you're working with. And I think from us here at ADRA UK, we're really grateful for the partnership that we have with you. And we hope that you continue to stay safe and well, and all the very best as you continue this battle with COVID-19 in Sri Lanka, and likewise ourselves here in the UK as we continue the battle here as well.
Thanks for your report, Hawa. If you are inspired by what we are doing, please support us by making a donation online. It's as simple as clicking the link below. Finally, here are some words from our CEO, Bert Smith.
You may have heard the saying, apart, but not alone. It's a simple but powerful thought during a crisis that's driving the world into isolation. However, apart but not alone only makes sense if it's something that we actually do, not just something we say. We must respond to this pandemic together. And sadly, this crisis has united us all in suffering. And the only way to overcome it is by uniting in action. And around the world, the ADRA teams are fighting the virus alongside the communities they serve. In the UK, as trusted humanitarian agency, ADRA is the first point of contact to help reach out into communities with 22 of our churches. And today, from your living room, your kitchen table, or wherever you watch this video, you have the opportunity to join them in this fight. You saw Prabhuk and Flory from ADRA Sri Lanka earlier on. They've worked long hours from home to support their project teams around the country. And while some team members are fighting the virus by practicing social distancing, others continue to meet the dire needs of vulnerable families during this pandemic. The ADRA team in Sri Lanka is just one example of the tireless efforts we pursue as the focus of our mission to serve others. But we need your financial help right now. Normally by now, you would have helped us raise about £500,000 for ADRA to do our work. And today we've only raised just 5,000. Our very existence is now at risk. Please remember ADRA in these difficult times. Please give a donation now to help us continue to do our work. In these challenging times, I take heart in the words of Psalm 86, verse 7, which reads, "I will call to you whenever I'm in trouble, and you will answer me." I know my God will answer in these times of trouble, and I'm hoping you will too. Let's truly show the world that we may be apart, but we are surely not alone.
Thanks, Bert. We hope you will have been inspired by the difference ADRA is making right now, both in communities close to home and overseas. But we simply cannot do this without you. Your donations are key to enable us to continue our work. So please, if you can, donate or start saving to make a donation to ADRA soon. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. From all of us here at ADRA, may God bless you and keep you safe. Goodbye.